Yo, what's up boys? Welcome back to another viewer Vod Review video where I will Vod Review a viewer's games from tournament. So if you want more of these vids, make sure to subscribe with noties on and leave a like on this video to show that you liked it. If you want to be Vod Reviewed one of these videos yourself, make sure to join my community Discord, which the link will be in the description of this video. Also, if you want to follow back on Twitter, you can also post video proof of you buying something using code VUJ in the item shop, just like this tweet I'm showing here on the screen. Okay, bye. So today we're going to VOD review this duo in 182nd here in the duo cash cup, and we're going to watch this game here where they come 14th. Okay, so it looks like they land Sleepy Sound, which is a great drop spot to land because you have way more loot than you need. So if you're contested and you win, you're gonna have more loot than you need, because if you land like a split drop that just has enough loot like these people here, if you win or spawn there, you're gonna be scuffed because people have just used all your loot. And then here they just notice this team at a split drop fighting, so they know the team's going to be worse than usual because they're landing a split drop, and they'll all be super scuffed because they're landing a split drop and they're fighting. And they know they're going to be way more stacks because they've just spent the last like whole game just looting at a POI. So this should be the freest cleanup and free kills, and because it's in a good position like on dead side / mid zone, it's a perfect fight. And then here, I want to say something. They do this later, but I just want to tell you that if you both have SMG and you guys don't have crazy ammo, as you can see here, this guy's 100, this guy is 400. You should one person hold an AR, like an MK, and the other person hold the SMG, and then you can give both ammo to each other, and then you'll both be super stacked on ammo. And then here, the second zone pulled, I would have just instantly rotated up here to dead side. I don't know why they wasted a bit of time, but it didn't matter that much because they do have Spider-Man. Then they base up here. It's not a bad position, it's pretty good. They base on spare brick first of all, and they've got like dead side behind them over here, which is good for like future zones. You can use that to rotate. The thing is though, it could probably be better just to stay back here, like more on dead side, so you can just keep running around and keeping your mats up. And it's gonna make the future rotations like completely free all the time, because you do see here like they don't have any opportunity to really refarm to like fully cap materials because they are mid zone and there's a lot of people around them that could shoot them. But if they were back here, like you can see on the map, there's no one there and they could just keep refarming. And with these zones, like if you're exactly center second, a lot of the time it could end up making the next zones like hard, because most of the zones you pull are going to put you on edge here, which is going to be congested side, which is going to make it hard to rotate, because you always want to try get to center third. Obviously I've been saying that a lot, but then imagine if you're still back here like in dead side where there's nobody. What you could do is easily just rotate using dead side here, because you knew this was dead side. You could easily use it to wrap around and then cut in, because you see here all this congestion. It's going to be really hard for them just to white line into center because there's a lot of people around them and they'll just keep getting shot. So in second zone and first, you just want to make sure you're in a position that's going to make it easy to get into center third, which is usually just going to be dead side. And then you see here they go for mid third, just white lining it in. It nearly works because they do a Spider-Man obviously, but there's these people that are based up in sunny steps here, and in the congested side they'll just shoot them for some reason, and then they get stuck here. And instead of staying here and building up, I would have just like paused for a second and then just Spider-Man in center. Exactly, would have been pretty easy. The thing is though, like with Spider-Man, like you don't really get punished as much for like being in a worse position, because you can just get out of it super quickly. But they do get some zone luck and they pull 4th zone here, which is pretty good. And then they just Spider-Man into the short half zone. And at this point they're not even like set up to do bad in in-game. Like they both have like over 1,000 mats on average. They both have double Spider-Man, good heals. They're not that bad. And then first moving starts going, and they Spider-Man this. And I just want to say here, like, this should have been the most free height ever, bro. Like, in so many games, I've noticed on, like, these qualifiers, like, height and first moving, there's just always no one on it. So, like, after your pad or your Spider-Man to, like, rotate first moving, you should always be looking for, like, the free height and just instantly crank up and make sure everyone, like, knows that you're going for height, and then no one's gonna contest you. Like here, if Finn and Jet here, they both just keep cranking here. These people will definitely stop cranking on them and it'll be the most free height. Of course, height is like important in all metas, but especially in this meta with like less metal on the map and more spray, everyone's gonna have less mats, and being on height, you use so much less mats than usual. And in duos, you have less mats than usual. So especially having height is so much better. And then after they folded height, they just look to Spider-Man ahead. That's good. But I think here when it starts to go bad, like how low they go down here is concerning, because if like one side of the zone is like going up, like over here, you want to be like really high up, like maybe on this layer here where my camera is. Because if zone's gonna pull up to the left in the next zone, and you're all the way down here, like you'll say you're these people here, and the zone pulls up left, look how many people you have to go through to like just get up. And then all the people behind you have to do the same thing. You're just all gonna cramp up into the same spot and die. What you want to do though, if you're caught in one of these positions where you're low down and you don't want to be, because the next zone could be bad if it goes up, is once you get in the zone, you just need to tarp and get yourself all the way to the end over here, which is going to be dead side because of the way zones work and where people stop after they rotate. And then what happens, if zone pulls up this hill, you can rotate through the right side here and it's going to be dead, and you won't get cramped up with all these people over here that'll be going up from congested side. And especially if you have Spider-Man, you really want to be high up so you can actually use that to your advantage to save mats. Because say you're like up here, like this team here, if zone pulls anywhere, they can just Spider-Man and they can use like save all their mats. But say you're like this team here, which is the one we're running, like wherever zone pulls, like they can't really use your Spider-Man that well and efficiently, so it would just be useless. And then here, this zone pull isn't even that bad to be honest, because it keeps going straight and like it doesn't go up the hill. And here's where it goes wrong, right? So they've got themselves in this low position, and they're trying to use their Spider-Man and their backside, so they're with the most congestion of people. And what happens is when you're like, especially backside, and you're low down and trying to use Spider-Man, there's so many more people that are going to be looking at you and shooting you and cancelling your Spider-Man, and there's so many builds in the way, so it makes it even harder. And then you'll see Jet's Spider-Man get cancelled by someone shooting him, and then he drops down and gets boxed and dies here. And then Finn just continues on as a solo and basically dies because of this. So basically this game, like the mid game wasn't that bad. They weren't set up to do bad, but the end game, it was mostly like how like the layering and how low down they were, especially with Spider-Man. They should have played like a way higher layer so they can especially take advantage of the Spider-Man, and because if zone went up the mountain here left, then they would have been scuffed and wouldn't be able to get up. So what I want to do here is basically show you guys what I would have done personally in the end game, just to make it more clear and make you understand it more. So well, first off, I would have seen how like free the height was and taken that and just instantly 90'd up like 5 layers. But apart from that, I'll show you. So I would have waited here until zone is right on our back almost, and then I would have Spider-Man'd ahead. So about now, as zone's on my back here, I would have Spider-Man'd ahead all the way over here, and then possibly landed on top of these people, and then based up here, really high up. And then you just be AFKing, waiting here for zone. All you've done that zone is make like 3 boxes of mats, and you're really high up, so every rotate's gonna be easy. So I'm still like here, basically. And now next zone pulls, and I would have just Spider-Man'd ahead because I'm so high up. And you would have been able to make it all the way over here. I probably would have based up here, really high up. And then just look back. And then wait for Zun to get ahead again. And do the exact same thing and just Spider-Man ahead. And you just save so many mats. And then every zone's going to be easy since you're so high up. So if you have good mats, play like first and second zone really high up with Spider-Man. And then when it gets to the end of like second moving, start dropping layers, looking for kills and looking for low ground, or you could have got hype before that.